This is where things get fun because Zapier does open up connections to over 5,000 apps. Let me repeat that. 5,000 apps. The key benefits here are huge. There's really a true no code automation. And if you do have to do a little bit of code, we're going to have ChatGPT do that for us or any other LLM tool that you'd like to use. So with this, your marketing team can build workflows themselves without bothering your dev team. You can create multi-step workflows from a single webhook trigger. So one click event can set off a whole chain reaction of actions across multiple tools. And the speed, you can deploy these integrations in minutes instead of weeks. I'm talking from idea to live automation in the time it takes you to drink a cup of coffee. And I do have my own cup of coffee here. Hopefully you can see. So we will complete this demo within the time I finish that coffee. All right. And so if you can also use pre-built templates from Zapier's library or get creative and build completely custom workflows. It's super flexible. So some popular connections that you can see here are Slack notifications for VIP clicks so that your team gets pinged in real time. You can connect to Google Sheets for automated reporting, your dashboards update themselves. If you have Salesforce integration, you can do that for CRM enrichment. If you have a marketing automation tool like MailChimp, you can do automatic list segmentation based on engagement as well. But honestly, whatever tools you're using, Zapier probably connects to them. And so let me show you how Zapier works at a very high level. When you're in Zapier, you typically have something called a Zap. A Zap is a workflow, and workflows have two different things. They have a trigger, and then they have a bunch of different actions that you can add. And setting up a Rebrandly webhook trigger in Zapier is very, very straightforward and easy to do. When you click on your trigger, you're going to go select webhooks as your trigger of choice, and then your trigger event is going to be catching the webhook. Catching the webhook is essentially like baseball. Rebrandly is throwing a baseball of this really cool click event into Zapier, and Zapier is catching that webhook event. So that's why we're going to say you're going to use the catch webhook event. Configuration, you don't really need to add anything else. You can add a specific key that directly looks up a parameter inside the payload if you want a specific value, but you don't need to set this up. At the end, what Zapier will do is it will give you a URL of your choice. Again, like I said, a lot of these outside tools will generate that URL for you. This is what you go ahead and paste into Rebrandly. And that's it. That is how you set up a webhook trigger in Zapier. And then from there, you can add additional actions. So that's a very high level overview of how you create a Zap with a webhook trigger. We're going to go into the automation flows next, specifically HubSpot. So HubSpot users, this is for you. Here's what you get. So every time someone clicks on one of your Rebrandly links, you can automatically update their contact record in HubSpot with that engagement data. You don't have to do any manual entry. There's no delays. It just happens with this automation. So you can trigger sales alerts when your hottest leads engage with key content. Now imagine your sales rep getting a notification the instant a prospect clicks on that pricing page. That's so powerful. And lead scoring, you can automatically increase these based on link interactions. Someone's clicking on multiple pieces of content